Hi, welcome to Palettes, Pouts, Perfumes and Panning, and I'm finally back doing a video. I was hesitant about coming on and doing this video as I am feeling 100% and I doubt I will be for a long time to come, but I have to start back somewhere. So tonight is the night to do it. Now, first of all, the moist face issue I have to address. Now I have a little motto here, or a little, and as you can see, we are due to heat. This is a heat wave to us. It's in the mid 20s. It wouldn't have went any higher, I'd say, than 24 here today, but to us, after having such bad summers for years and years, it's a heat wave and we aren't fit for the heat, which is a pity because, well, it's just a pity. No, I'm not going to edit that out because I have a slight touch of brain fog. As I said, the video's playing on my mind. I have been hesitant as to whether to put it up or not, but I'm putting it up not as a medical video. So, as I was saying, it's not a medical video. It's not a video for yes, for no, for vaccinate, for non-vaccinate, for telling people what to do, for taking choice from people, or any of that. It's nothing like that. This is just my personal story. Now, as I said, it's going to be quite a long video. I was hesitant to do it. I did give it a lot of thought and I did discuss it with my loved ones, and I decided to go ahead and do it because there's no harm in telling the truth as to what happened to me, and this is my story. So also during the video I will be using my palette, the Beauty Killers, as requested on the video or the short I put up asking which palette. Now, my good friend Kelly, also known as All That Fluff and Stuff, chose this, so I will be using it for her. And that was the velour that came with it. So they were what she requested. Now, I have foundation on, powder, which is melting off faster than I can talk, which is pretty fast. And I have lippy on, lip liner on, have lashes on, brows on, highlight on, blush on, contour on, and the powder I'm using is my Bare Minerals Cashmere, which if you follow my channel, you know that from day one, the get-go, this has been my go-to before I discovered the It Cosmetics, which is no good in the summer because it just melts. This is brilliant, and I did try a bit of the new By Terry also, which came in a beauty box I received. It was the Look Fantastic beauty box, and it was the By Terry Loose, which can be quite messy, and truthfully, I don't find, there's hyaluronic acid in it, I don't find it any good, any better than any other powder. In fact, I would say that the Maybelline powder in the compact and the Rimmel in the compact are much better. And this, despite the hyaluronic acid, I had great hopes for when I put my hand into it and my fingers and I put it between them. I had great hopes that it would be nice and moisturising, or not moisturising, hydrated, nice and hydrating powder, which is hard to get. It isn't. Within a couple of minutes of putting it on, my skin felt very tight. So, Bare Essentials Mineral Veil, their loose powder, is much, much better than this, and it doesn't give you that tight feeling on your skin if you're like me and you have sensitive skin. So, I will say that. So, please bear with me in this video because I haven't filmed in a while and I'm just getting back into the hang of it, and I'm trying to do 2 things at once, and usually multitasking isn't a problem, but tonight for some reason it is. So I'll be back. I'm going to take some water and blot down with my powder before I melt like a nice lolly on screen. So I'll be back in a second. I have done my eye makeup and I've reapplied my lip makeup. But before I say what I used and go into my little story, I would like to thank all of my subscribers that have supported my lovely daughter Phoebe as she took the channel over, and from now on I think we're going to have a joint channel because I am so proud of Phoebe. I loved the way she was so personable with people. She really enjoyed doing the videos. She loves her makeup, she loves her fashion, she loves her accessories. She's a very girly girl and she just loves all of that type of thing. So from here on in, I'm going to change the about section. I'm going to put Phoebe's name in. I asked her last month and the month before would she let me put her name in the about section, and she said no. So she's finally agreed, because I wouldn't obviously do it without her permission. And from now on we will share the channel. We will do videos separately and we will do little collabs. I won't be able, as will become apparent at the end of the video, to do quite as much putting makeup on the channel as Phoebe will, but between the two of us we'll come up with one very good channel. So stay with us. Thank you for being nice to Phoebe. She appreciated, I appreciated it, and let's continue to have a fun channel that was set up for the purpose of makeup, palettes, pouts, perfumes and panning, and enjoying that type of content and chit chats along the way and life along the way. And life does throw some problems at people over the way along the way. So as I said, any mistakes I make on this video, I won't be editing or going back and doing again. I just won't, because I don't have the energy. So eye makeup is done. Let me know in the comments what you think of it. Lips are reapplied. Let me know what you think of them. And the reason that I haven't used my beautiful palette, which is the Beauty Killer 2, I used this one. First of all, I laid down that one on top of my Wet n Wild eye primer. Now, as I said before, and I'm going to repeat, please bear with me, because I haven't been wearing makeup since I got sick. So everything has gone on my head. Eye primer on top of the primer. Then I put this one down, and then on the mobile part of the eye I put that one down. And they are just so soft. My goodness, look at that one swatch. They are beautiful. And I thought that the little top, which was loaned to me by Phoebe, and my own little cardigan went well together with this look. This and this. Now if Phoebe was here herself, she would dive into this, no doubt, and maybe this one, but she's a lot braver than I am, and she does love her pink. I'm not a pink girl, I'm a red girl, but I do love green. I really do love green. I love red, I love black, and I love white, and I love them all together. And then my second favourite would be green, followed by purple, but not pink. But that's the palette. There's 8 pans in it, and they are huge. The quality of the shimmers, the glitters, and the mattes is absolutely outstanding. And I am wowed by the quality of the Jeffree Star shadow. So the reason I didn't apply it on the camera was because I don't have much mobility on my left hand side, and I am going to, if you just bear with me, I will put a tiny bit of powder on because I can feel the melting starting again. I know they say gentlemen perspire and ladies glow, and we all like a little glow, fake or real, but I mean, I think this is beyond the glow at this point. This is melting. So, last June I got my second vaccination for the pandemic disease that everyone is familiar with. I don't know, some people say the word, some people say lots of things about it on YouTube, and other people don't mention it. They're afraid to say the word because something to do with YouTube. So we just said the pandemic disease. And within a couple of hours of having it, I was very sick. I had a tightness on my left hand side on my neck. It was a smothering feeling. I got a massive temperature. I got the cough. I got sore throat. I got everything that the leaflet says you may get. I couldn't move my arm. And unlike other people that it goes on for a day or two, take paracetamol, go home, rest, lots of fluids, and so on and so forth, it was 11 days later and I was still really sick, and the symptoms just kept multiplying. So there was that, and that was June, 12 months. Now, when I say to people that I have no mobility in my arm because of, I can't say it was the vaccine, I can't say it wasn't. All I can say is it came at the exact same time as the vaccine was administered. And that does give flashing lights, doesn't it? I didn't have the symptoms before I had the vaccine, and I certainly had them within hours of receiving the vaccine. So, having said that, just one second, I have to take a drink. So, 12 days later, I was still sick. And the other day, I was sick and I was speaking to somebody, and I had just said the word 12, and they said, oh, you were vaccinated 12 days ago. And I said, no, 12 months ago. And they said, what? So instead of decreasing from last June, the symptoms have increased. I have no mobility from on and off on a daily basis down my left arm, from my shoulder to my fingers. I cannot put my safety belt on in the car. If I want to close the car door, I have to use my right arm. I can't put my coat on. If I put my coat on, I need assistance. I have difficulty combing my hair. No, that's a lie. I can't comb my hair. I cannot comb my own hair. I have to get somebody to do that for me. I am just left with absolute virtual no mobility on and off throughout the day. Now, that's why I didn't do my makeup on camera. I used this hand for the blotting of the powder, but for all I used to use this one for is gone. I have an egg that comes up here on my wrist. It looks like a giant egg under my skin. Initially, I didn't have any swelling. That started as the weeks and the months went by. I had shoulder pain, outrageous shoulder pain. Then I had swelling in my shoulder, which only went as far as the shoulder to there. So I could move from there to there and sleep without any issue. But then the swelling started here. I had a massive egg come up and go and come. I had it earlier on today, it's gone back down. It comes and it goes. Yesterday evening it was in my elbow. So there was one night last month where I had the swelling, the egg on my wrist, the giant egg on my elbow, and a massive swelling in my upper arm. It looked like I was on steroids and working out and had actual muscles, and no mobility from the shoulder down and into the neck. So what I'm going to say after saying all of that, and that being said, and absolutely, as I was lying in bed sick 2 months ago, and I was thinking to myself, my goodness, how many times have I used that word on YouTube? Absolutely. If somebody went and counted over all the videos that I have said, absolutely, I would give them a prize, because it just seems to be my go-to word. So from here on, I'm not sure where I go. There was mention of x-rays, there was mention of MRIs, there was mentions of this, that and the other. I mean, this video is not put up for the purpose of anti-vaccine, which I'm not. I'm not pro-vaccine. I've been vaccinated for everything from birth to now that I should have gotten. I'm pro-choice. If you don't want to be vaccinated, I'll stand with your choice and your right to do that. That's your decision. I chose to get it because I knew a couple of people that were in bad health, and I didn't want to be the person that made them sick. That even if I didn't get ill, that maybe I could be ill and make them sick. So that was just a personal choice for myself to sleep at night, for my conscience to be clear that I didn't make anybody ill. But as I said, and there are a lot of people that can't be vaccinated for medical reasons. Now, I am one of those people at present. I am exempt from having boosters for the next 12 to 24 months at least, until we get this sorted out, or if it can be sorted out. This is all new because the vaccine is new. So the side effects are new. Now, for every, I don't know how many people, I don't know what the statistics are. I mean, that vaccine has saved, God almighty knows how many people, and that is in itself a miracle. But there are some people, not a huge amount, but there are a lot of people like myself that have been left with permanent issues that they have to deal with on a daily basis. Now, I have to take painkillers. I take steroids from time to time. I take ointments and gels that, even though it's caking outside, I can't be exposed. The arm, bare arm with a sleeveless top. I can't wear a sleeveless top because you can't wear tops like that for 2 weeks after using the creams, because they affect your skin in some way, and I'm still using them. So I can't wear a sleeveless top, and that wouldn't really bother me, because that would, I would put that down to more an unimportant issue. But the issues of not being able to comb my own hair, not being able to do the things that I used to do. I mean, so many things we take for granted that you don't envisage waking up and not being able to do for yourself. Maybe if you've been diagnosed with an illness, you have time to come around to accepting it. And also with the issues that I'm dealing with, not a lot is known, so there's not a lot of information out there. There are other people that have it, I'm sure, many, but until, that's why I decided to put the video up. I thought until people are made aware that the ordinary average person that goes in and takes the vaccination in good faith and comes out and becomes so unwell. I mean, I don't mind a little bit of pain for a couple of days after a vaccination at all. That certainly wouldn't bother me. Saying the ordinary person that goes in and takes the vaccination in good faith, as I did, and comes out with a sore arm. Now, I was slightly sore, I will say, than other people I know. I actually had to lift my arm on the car door like that to get it onto the door when I came out, and I did think that was quite strange, but I didn't pay any heed to it. I went home, I took some paracetamol when the pain got really bad. But what did concern me was the smothering feeling on my neck. I hadn't heard anybody saying they had that symptom. So also, if I forgot or I left out, the glands under my arm became massive and they were very sore, so I had absolutely no mobility. But this is I think it's the 11th of July. This is the 11th of July, and as of this morning I have been hit with another side effect, and I'm going to have to go and seek medical advice on that. And it just seems to be every week, every weekend, there is a new complaint, a new issue and a new symptom. And it can be, I'm not going to lie, it can be very soul destroying, it can be very lonely, and it can be very disheartening. And over the last 12 months, I have come on from time to time on the channel and seemed happy and fine, but the truth be told, all these issues were going on. And like I said, this was a makeup channel. It was set up as a makeup channel. It wasn't set up as a complaining channel. And I firmly believe in trying to make the best out of what you have in life. And as Joan Collins said, and I'm not a fan of Joan Collins, she said, if life gives you lemons, make lemonade. She also said that people should have their own bathrooms, husbands and wives. I mean, how realistic is that? How many people have a bathroom each? But there is some truth to it. So I will leave it at that on my medical issues at the minute. Now, if you were interested in what I'm after mentioning, please leave a comment down below. If you had any symptoms from the vaccine, leave a comment down below. If you sailed through it, I'm more than happy for you. Leave a comment down below. I mean, I know so many people's loved ones were saved by that vaccine, and we will forever be grateful for that. And I also know lots of people lost loved ones before we had a vaccine, and for those people, I do often think of them and their loved ones, how sad that was, the way things went for them. It was extremely sad. And especially, well, everybody has their own way of dealing with grief, but as I'm Irish, and Irish people, we do have a special way of dealing with it. We have a removal and a funeral and a calling to the house, and people bring sandwiches and sit around and chat and to give a lot of consolation to the grieving relatives. But none of that could, I'm not saying other people of other countries don't do that, but I can only speak from the way we do it here. It doesn't relieve their grief, but it does slightly help. And they couldn't do any of that when the COVID was on. There, I said it. I'll have to get that word delete. When the pandemic was on. So for those people, it is beyond sad. But then there is the small minority that went and took it in good faith for themselves, for their families, and for other families and other people, and ended up with, you could nearly say, life changing, because the things you could do before you just can't do. So we leave that at that, and I will update you. Let me know in the comment section if you would like to be updated. Let me know, and I would appreciate the truth if you would or if you wouldn't. And as I said, side note, Jeffree Star, has he ever been on a side note on anyone else's channel? I'm sure he won't be best pleased being put on the side note, but he's on the side note here tonight, because compared to the loss of people's loved ones and the recuperation of people's loved ones and everything we've been through, Jeffree Star certainly isn't really important. But having said that, his eyeshadows are excellent. They really are. Now, I was gifted by a family relative this lip product, and they're calling it a velour, and it is by Jeffree, and the colour is, yeah, I'm just nearly sure it was Scandal. How appropriate for Jeffree Star. Scandal. Now, having said that, it is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful mauve. Now I'm going to call it mauve. It's certainly not pink. It's mauve, and I put a lip liner out on the outer side of it, and I'll tell you what I put on top of it. I put Katy Perry liquid gloss. It's the Mega Last, and it's by Wet n Wild, which are reasonably priced. They aren't as cheap here in Ireland as they are in the US, and a lot of companies are the same. I've seen what are they called? Elf were such a cheap brand on all the YouTubers' channels, but here, when it came here, it wasn't cheap at all. So that's the Katy Perry, and that is just stunning on top of Jeffree's liquid. It just makes it more comfortable. I won't say it's uncomfortable, but you can feel a slight tightening on your lips when you put it on. So this just makes the differ. It really does. And as you can see, I think, it's my personal opinion, maybe you disagree, and that's fine too. I'm all for choice. So there the two I put paired together. And I will just show you my nails, because I made a video about how I can't, because I have to have my nails that the polish can be taken off if need be. And that's the red from Catrice. Now, they're not quite as shiny as they were, because throughout the video I have been sanitizing, and I noticed that when you sanitize instead of washing your hands, it kind of dims the top coat. Whereas if I had washed them with liquid soap or soap, the top coat would be more shiny. Kind of put some kind of a film on top of your nails. So, that being said, I am going to end my video here, and let me know in the comments what you think, and I will be back with some more reviews. I'll definitely review and Phoebe will be back with some get ready with me and some purchases and hauls and all that kind of thing she does in her 50 Shades of Friends. I think she's restarting that next week, and she loved doing that, and I thought that was a great series because those palettes had so many beautiful colours in them. The amount of looks you could achieve was endless. So thank you for watching, and if you did if you found my video helpful, if for no other reason but you found it helpful, and if you've never given me a thumbs up for any reason, that's fine. But if you did find it helpful, give it a thumbs up this time and let me know. And I would be interested to know, more than appreciative of the thumbs up for any reason as to grow on my channel or anything like that. It wouldn't be like that. It would just to see whether you found the video helpful, and that would mean a lot to me. So thank you for watching, and see you again. Bye.